Conor McKee,
Hi,
you're a friend of my son Mark.
I am, yes.
You belong to a music group with my son Mark.
I do, yes.
And you sing?
Sometimes, yeah.
Why do you sing?
Well, myself and a few friends from Belfast area in Northern Ireland, we started up a sort of like amateur Christian band because a lot of us in the past few years have started to learn how to play instruments like guitars, electric guitars, drums, bass, and things like that. And because of that, we sort of thought to ourselves, well, you know, we all love to play music individually, so why don't we put together a band and we will try and, you know, bring across God's message in the best way that we can, personally, for ourselves.
You've grown up as an Adventist young person.
I have, yes.
You've only ever known what it's like to be a Seventh-day Adventist Christian.
I'd like to say I do, David. From a very young age, I was brought up in the Adventist church. There was, I've always been born and raised in Belfast, church specifically. It's a really great experience, honestly, because at the age of 17, I can honestly say that from such a young age all the way up to the age I am now, it's relieving and it's reassuring to know that I feel like I'm in the right place as a church, because obviously from the age of being a child to the age I am now, I've experienced and I've lived the life that I have, and I've seen many things and I've experienced many things, and it's always reassuring to know that ever since I was a small child that I've had these friends that I do have and the mentors that I've had in my life to sort of guide me through my journey so far. And I know I'm only at a young age, but even at that, it's still been reassuring to know that you guys have always been there to sort of, you know, have my back and answer any questions that I've ever needed to ask.
What is it like being a young Adventist Christian in school, in college, in Northern Ireland?
In primary school, it was a little more difficult than it was in high school, because whenever you're in primary school, you're still at a very young, impressionable age where it's difficult to answer questions that you don't honestly know wholeheartedly yourself, especially when people will, and I'm sure a lot of my friends will relate to this if they're sort of the same age. I'm not too sure if it was the same with you guys when you were growing up. Maybe people were a bit more understanding. But the first thing that people will ask whenever you say, oh, I go to church on Saturday, they'll say, are you Jew? And you'll say, no, I'm not a Jew, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. And they say, but you don't eat ham or pork? And you're like, yes, that's right, I don't. And they say, so are you a Jew? And I'm like, no, I'm not a Jew. And that was something I found quite a lot growing up in primary school level. But when you get to high school level, people are a lot more understanding and respectful of your opinions and choices. Because obviously when you're in primary school, people that are asking you these questions, they don't fully understand what they're asking themselves. And so when you get to high school and college, it's a lot more easier to explain yourself whenever you personally know the right answers to the questions.
You were baptized 2 years ago?
It was almost a year.
Okay, almost a year. What does Jesus mean to you?
Jesus means a lot of things to me. As I've said, growing up in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, I personally don't have a testimony that is exactly surprising or can be seen as miraculous or really memorable, in the sense that I have been born and raised in the church. Now, I'm not in any way regretful of that. I couldn't be happier that I've been raised in the family that I have and the friends that I have. But overall, it's a lot easier to grow up in the church and know that I've had these friends and families throughout my life to sort of guide me through the various questions and tasks and, you know, difficulties that I've had growing up as a teenager. And so what Jesus means to me is many things, but overall it's more of a personal, emotional connection, because, as I've said, growing up in the church, I've been able to gain a lot more knowledge myself personally of what Jesus means to me, and I couldn't be more happier that I've had that much years of experience to, I mean, I'm only 17, as I've said, but even up until the age that I am now, it's been a lot more reassuring and helpful to know that I myself know where I am at spiritually, whereas people who will be coming into the church at my age, if not at an older age, may not know as much as I do at the minute. So, yeah.
I just want to say, Connor, I'm really proud of you as a group and
Thank
your
you.
witness, you personally, your church, that you are passionate about your church. I think I heard you say, I'm so happy and joyful for where I am.
Absolutely, yeah.
That is a tremendous testimony. If you're a young person living in this city or elsewhere in the Irish Mission, talk to Connor. He will tell you what a joy it is to be a young Seventh-day Adventist Christian. Thank you, Connor.
Thank you, David.
God bless you.